No, you wasn't in the line. Ain't no way, man. I was pulling up against the bank. You'd hit me if I'd stayed in my line.
Welcome to Switch It Up.
Drama alert. We were told that he ran somebody off the road.
I like how you point straight to me. Like it wasn't, you had nothing to do with it.
I wasn't driving.
No, but she did chime in to actually catch a lot on the dash cam. We are going to jump into some crazy stuff, some allegations, and some ideas that might be able to help you as you travel in your RV. So that's what this video is about. Little drama, but hopefully it'll help you.
Roll the intro.
A man and woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up.
It's time for stories. So here's the thing is, after having a conversation with somebody recently about dash cams, and they said, well, they don't have a dash cam. And then this whole incident has now unfolded in front of us. They were like, we're running out to buy a dash cam. Because in the RV life, we decided to get dash cams straight from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when we were doing the Ram 3500 with the Grand Design Momentum, I was always paranoid that somebody might pull in front of us or all of those worries as we were traveling.
Well, and I think we just see a lot of different things posted on social media about people, you know, just making accusations that are not true.
And that's just the world we're in right now, right?
Absolutely. So it's just another, is it foolproof? No. Is it, but it's just another level.
Yeah, and this right here is going to share exactly why you should have a dash cam, because without it, it wouldn't have, I mean, we would have been in a complete different scenario. But let's talk about some of the incidents before we even had this.
Okay.
Well, think about this. When we first hit the road, we caught going down the highway, because a lot of people say, well, how do you guys capture a lot of the different things that are happening? Well, it's the dash cam. We use a dash cam in the Bronco that's called the Tandem. So it's shooting inside and outside at the same time by Garmin. And that was the very first dash cam we got. And we caught one of Sheila's breakdown moments, actually, and that was when we lost a tire going down the highway at 65.
Yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment.
Yeah.
I was not in a good spot. Sometimes when you just have incident after incident after incident happening in the RV space, you just, like, sometimes you just want to throw up your hands and say, I'm done. That was my moment.
Yeah, that video really captured, there was a breaking moment of RV living that happened. But in the dash cam, you see us sitting there, and you drive so many miles in an RV that any little different thing, and literally in the dash cam, we're sitting there and we feel this little, just like a small nudge. It was like, it wasn't even anything big.
Yeah.
And then I say, did you feel that?
Yep.
And then we saw the tire buzzing down the road.
Either ran over something or lost something, so I saw them back.
We lost the tire.
How'd we lose a tire?
All the bolts are sheared off.
How did that happen?
Oh my God. So that wasn't a good day.
No, that was not fun. I do not recommend it.
Another incident with the dash cam, because we capture so many, would be probably me getting stuck in a turnaround with the new big RV, and I turned down the wrong way. Remember?
Which time?
I know, I've done that a lot. Okay, when we were doing a turnaround, we were going in Arizona, and I made the wrong turn, and you parked the Bronco, and you were trying to guide me, and we caught me trying to do this 5-point turn.
Okay, what about, there's some good ones. Now we get to thinking about it. Did you happen to catch you went downtown in the Bronx?
Oh, I did not capture. I didn't pull the footage from that. That should have pulled the footage when I made the wrong turn in the Bronx.
That was a good one. Todd left the New York Bridge.
I did not pull the footage
when I said don't leave the bridge.
Yeah, I should have done that one. Then there was a time, because I stopped down all the roads with the dash cam, the bridge, when we basically, there's 2 instances where the bridge I got caught and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it under, and both those videos went viral because of not knowing what's happening. But all of those instances were caught.
Ready?
I turned, didn't say low bridge clearance, and now it's 12:08.
Do I need to come and help you back up?
13:08.
It says 12:08, but
Are you a regular truck driver?
No,
Okay.
This is an RV.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
But my GPS for truck driving,
Yeah, it's gonna tell you that. They always list your bridges a foot lower than what they actually are.
okay.
So that's 13.
I'm 13.6.
You'll make it.
Well, and there's all kinds of, there's other the moments. We have the dash cam for all kinds of things. This last instance was probably the main reason that I wanted to have one in the beginning. And that's just you can get into a quick game of he said, she said regarding an incident. So let's tell them a little bit about that story.
Probably why you clicked on the video, but it was nice to actually share you other instances as well. So here's the thing, is we were going to one of our events to do like a give back. And the community had been hit pretty hard with a lot of different things, okay? So you have a hodgepodge of people that are just like super upset and angry about the situation for over a year. So you have to have the temperament of kind of being patient. And I had that going in.
Yes, the people are still in a traumatic mindset, right? And so I get that.
Yeah. And you have to also keep in mind as we play a lot of this footage, because you're going to hear some things, that through that filter of the frustration of what they've had to endure from a bunch of people coming to their area. And they've had to endure this multiple times. So with that setup, this is how this all went down. Sheila had gone ahead of me to go like normally about, I'd say 20 miles out, 30, sometimes 50 miles. She goes ahead to scout the area. We were going to a boondocking location, so we didn't know the roads. We knew they were going to be tight because I did a lot of Google Map looking at the roads. I knew there was going to be some S-turns, but I didn't know how bad they were going to be. So all of this was being run through a filter. So she went ahead.
Yep.
And you made it to the area that we were going to.
Right. I just go ahead, just make sure that it's once we get there. And there are two S curves, but you already knew that in advance from your pre-planning. And but I called back to let you know that they were tight. Where we were going, it's a big open field.
I just got to get there.
Just got to get there. Look for the cone. This is where you're going to turn.
So I make the turn. Okay. So as I make the turn, obviously I'm gonna have to go wide. There's no one there. I make the turn on a road that has no shoulders, and quite honestly is probably the minimum you could ever make a road. And us being the length we are, also on this road, we had friends that had Class A's. They're towing, they have tow behind. So everyone there was a couple people in HDTs that had 45 foot. So everyone that is making this journey had to make these 2 turns.
Yep.
And in the dash cam, Sheila is calling, so I didn't record that, I didn't put it in here, but she calls and she goes, do I need to come back and help? And I said, you're gonna have to come back because these turns are tight. I'm gonna probably need you to spot. So with that in mind, she's turned around and she's now boogieing them back towards me.
That was just my goal, was to just get back there to see, like in some places, gosh, we've been in some places where you've had to go super wide. And so then we're on the phone together and I let you know when it's clear to come around the corner.
She's in front.
Yep.
Trying to guide
And
that.
so I'm just headed there just to kind of watch that, because the road is narrow, but they just rebuilt the road too.
Yes.
Right?
So here's when I come up to the first corner, in the video, in the dash cam, you'll find that the first truck that's towing a trailer, because they're doing a lot of work with bobcats and stuff, so they're moving equipment around. He comes, we meet, and we both stop because we both know. So I wave him on, and he goes past. That truck is not the one that's in the claim. The next thing you're gonna see is I'm only going in the dash cam 11, 12 miles an hour, because the next 2 corners are gonna be the worst. The first one I'm gonna have to go wide into the lane to make it around, and the second one I'm gonna be on the outside, hugging as far out as I can. So as I'm doing that, you see Sheila pop into frame, and she's like, oh, there he is, and she whips right in because now she's
driveway.
gonna, she whips into a driveway. She's gonna back up and try to follow now. And you got there pretty quick from my call. It wasn't very far.
It wasn't very far. Like the distance, I mean, it's just right around the corner.
So this is where it gets interesting. So as she whips in, I start hugging the outside lane to make sure that everything is in the far right lane. And as I round the corner, you'll see a white vehicle, and that vehicle has to pass. And as that vehicle passes, it's making sure that I'm in my lane because it had to go by me. Sheila is now getting ready to back out and start following. So the white vehicle goes by and she's backing out. As that's happening, I'm rounding the corner, and as I round the corner, there is a truck coming with a trailer, and he's probably driving about the speed limit or a little under. It's not like he's driving excessively fast. I'm going 11, and he then goes by me. I don't think anything of it. And then there's another truck right behind him that's also towing, and he goes by me. And we literally make it around the corner. We go down. Sheila spots me all the way. There's really nothing to be noted, really.
Yeah, I pulled, that one car goes by, yeah. I pulled out in the road as quick as I could and started to follow you. I passed both the trucks, and we get to our boondocking spot.
So,
uneventful, we thought.
And then we get positioned, so about 20 minutes go by, maybe 30, we get positioned into our spot. It's long enough for me to unhook, and Sheila's organizing, and a car pulls up, which normally happens because when we're setting up, people have questions, and this is a new area. We're sticking out like a sore thumb. And a car pulls up and rolls down the window and says, was that you that was just on this road? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's how we got here. She goes, do you have your wife in a Bronco? And I said, yeah. So she obviously now she doesn't know we have a channel. She doesn't know anything about us. She is now just fielding questions. And I said, is there something I can help you with? And she goes, you just ran my friend off the road and bent his axle on his trailer. And I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I don't remember ever anything like that happening. I don't know who this is. Well, then it turns out he's on the phone, and he starts kind of pretty much yelling, but he never cussed. So it's usually a sign of a person that he may be really agitated, but he's not cussing me out over this thing. And he says, I'm coming by there tomorrow, and we're going to talk this out, and I was like, okay. But it kind of stressed me out the rest of the night.
It was. You were frazzled, because here's the thing. If we do something like that, if something does happen like that, we're going to take 100% ownership of it. Absolutely. If we hurt somebody, cause an accident.
Nobody ever wants to do that.
No, and we're going to take ownership of that if that happens. But both of those trucks went by me in the video, in the dash cam, and I saw nothing wrong with either one of them, even especially as we go back and look. So you are a little stressed out, and I'm like, okay, let's just pull the dash cam footage, because what he was saying was that you were taking up both lanes.
Yeah,
you were completely in both lanes.
He kept saying, I was taking up everything. He had to head off, and I caused all this damage. And I think I was just bewildered at that point, because we were there to help. We had brought 20 plus other people to help the area, and now I feel like I've hurt somebody else, and it was it sucks.
Yeah, we're trying to show up to do good, not cause issues, and so that did set us back a little bit, and it just kind of set the whole tone for us of well, darn.
Yeah.
And you don't want to ever make anybody mad.
No.
Like that definitely wasn't it. And so I know you were really stressed about it. I think this is where the dash cam came in amazing for us, is it's like, let's just look. Let's not jump to any conclusions if we don't remember anything like that happening, but let's look and see.
And the other aspect was that now this person, whoever it is, they know where we are, and we were with 20 other people, which was peace of mind because the people that we're with are trained in multiple areas. Let's just say that. So I wasn't too concerned. And again, he never was cussing. He was just yelling. And so you could tell how angry he was.
Yeah, and I mean, if we did something wrong, I understand that he's going to be angry, but let's just talk it out. And I just kept telling Todd, if this is true, then it's an insurance claim. We get our insurance company involved, and we get a police report, and we just look at everything, and that's why you have insurance, right? Like, okay, let's just take a look.
So the next morning we got up and we went into a training for the day. And he did come by. So we have cameras that are on the outside of the RV as well. And we use that to keep track of everything. And so I saw him come by. He left a card and sat there and he stared over the whole RV and kind of walked around, paced a little bit, seeing if we were there, and we weren't there. So after that, I came back out and I was like, okay, I'm gonna call him. And at this point, he does not know we have dash cam video. I wasn't going to share that right away. I wanted to kind of hear what he was hoping to do. So I called him and I recorded it. And I'll take his name out. We'll just call him something else, but I'll cut his name out and any of his contact stuff. Because again, he never cussed out, even in that frustration on the second call, but he was alluding to the fact, he was saying things like how big we were, or we should have had somebody, if we're gonna drive something that big, we should have a spotter car in the front, or do I even have a CDL? He was saying all of the things on the phone call that were red flags.
Absolutely.
Okay, where are we gonna go with this?
Yep.
And
he's asking questions and then he's also saying that he just wants money. He wants you to pay. He
didn't necessarily say that. He just then started saying not only was his axle bent, now a fender is bent, and this is done. And I'm like,
I thought he had told you though how much money that axle was going to cost.
No, I was just racking my brain on how much an axle would be on a trailer. But the thing is in that call, I called him the first time, and then he said he was going to come by again. I was like, I don't necessarily, so when I hung up the phone, I was like, I don't necessarily want to have this confrontation in person. So I called him back, and I had a second phone call immediately. And I said, what's the hope here? Like, what is the goal? This is Todd. You left a card on my thing, and we were in a meeting in the firehouse, so I missed you.
Oh, I thought you was in your thing. I was going to talk to you about that. Are you going to be around later?
So the answer is yes. I just don't know what time I'm going to be back. I can text you when we head back this way, if that helps.
Yeah, I don't mind. That's fine. I'll be working up here. I'm working up past you for the rest of the day, so you'll be in before I get back through.
Okay, I'll just text you when we're done and go from there. Todd again. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I got to thinking, I was like, do you want to file a police report, or what are you wanting to do? I mean, I don't know what the hope is here for you.
I don't know, man. I really don't want. I didn't want to file a police report, or I'd done it yesterday, and I was so mad at the time.
I understand.
Because I couldn't get up against the bank. I couldn't get no more. I mean, man.
Right.
You have CDLs?
Yeah, I do actually, Class A, and I do have video footage from. I was in my lane, so I can show. I can send that to you.
You couldn't have. No, you wasn't in the line. Ain't no way, man. I was pulling up against the bank. You'd hit me if I'd stayed in my line.
Well, I can send you the video from that and stuff. So I just didn't know. There was no way that I could have known anything. So
curves like that, though, man, you need somebody in front of you, slowing people down. Everybody comes up out there that hauls equipment or has a fifth wheel.
Right.
Semi has to have somebody in front of them, or somebody's gonna get wiped out.
That's the thing is like we don't know what that road is when we're turning in. So that's the thing, is like there was no way. My wife was in front of me, and then I called her back, and when she got called back, she turned into the driveway, and I don't know which truck was yours. There was 3 trucks, so I don't know.
That was the first one. I was going into the bank. I was the brown one.
The very first one where I stopped.
I don't know if it stopped. You didn't stop. You about had to stop to keep from hitting me, I think.
Oh, I'll send you the video. I had 3 trucks, and I was like,
F-250, and I was pulling a trailer, and the trailer was smashed against the bank. It got my fender, and it bent my axle.
okay, I'll send you what I have. I mean, you do. I'm happy to send you whatever, and I didn't know what you wanted me to do. I can turn it into insurance. You can talk to them. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. So, I'll send you everything I have, and then you can just kind of figure out what you would like to do.
Okay, well, I'm working for my lawyer right now. Let me talk to them and see what he says.
All right.
That was his wife that stopped yesterday.
That's fine. And I understand why you'd be mad. I do.
It's the second time, man. All these people are coming in, and they can't drive, man. And they ain't used to these curves.
Yeah.
These curves up here are a lot different than where it's flat.
Right, and I was going, in the video, I'm going 11 miles an hour. So I was going super slow, and there was a white car that came. If you're in the video, I don't know which truck. You say I'd have to look to see what color.
F-250, it's
okay.
brown.
All right,
I remember there was a white F-350 behind me pulling a gooseneck.
Okay.
He was way behind me.
Okay, and then prior to that, there was a white car that came. Yeah, he was in front, and so I had to be over into my lane so that they could go past. So
if you'd been in your lane, I wouldn't have had to hit the bank.
Okay. Well, I'll send you that, and then you just let me know
You're
what
so long, man. You're about 100 foot long, truck and all.
No, I'm not that long. So I'll send you the video, and then if you need to file a police report and have them come by or do whatever, and I can get you my insurance and all that stuff, I'll be happy to do that for you. I didn't in the video. You can see that my mirrors and everything are in the lane, and
well, you wasn't in the lane, man. I don't know what video. You send me the video. If it's got me in, I'm against the bank.
Okay. All right. I'll send it to you. Okay, I'll send it to you, and then you just let me.
You can go in there and see the bank. I stopped and looked at it this morning, and you can see it. You can see right where I had to go up again. I couldn't go no farther.
I understand. I just don't. I'm not aware of that. I only am aware of what I have, and then everything.
Well,
because
I'll just have
Okay.
I'll have him take care of it. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
And he never really stated what the goal would be, but he did make it very clear that I was responsible and I was taking up both lanes. And after that, I did not realize the person that was sent there prior was his lawyer's wife, the one the day prior. And then he said he was down the road and his attorney is in the same location. So he was going to send this on, and then we would be hearing from his attorney. And I said, we'll be here all the way for the next 5 days. I look forward to seeing a sheriff or somebody come by, and I'll provide all the information, including our insurance.
I think all of this just wrapped up. The point is, without the dash cam footage, we would not, it would be our word against his word.
Yes.
And it still is to a point, but then we have video backup to say, here's the footage. You can see in your rearview mirror on the truck, you can see the yellow line inside.
Yeah, you can see that the mirror is completely in my lane by about 5 or.
And if you look in the mirror, you can see the yellow line.
Yeah, it's shadowed though. I tried to, and it pixelates so you can't see real well.
Yeah,
that's the bad part.
But you can see that and the trailer just follows along around.
And he didn't stop. Like when Sheila backs out, he's sitting there continuing to drive. It's not like somebody was sitting in a ditch, because then she follows and there's no one in a ditch. So the whole time it's like, how are we supposed to accept that was the case?
Well,
you don't know.
Yeah, and so regardless of like how this works out on our end, it's just something that can provide you peace of mind, another piece of evidence if that ever happens to you.
Yeah, because RV life, we drove, our first year we went to Florida, and people were crazy. Like they would move in front and slow down and cut us off.
it was just always that way in an RV. Because in an RV, a lot of us travel maybe that 60, 65. If you're in a travel trailer and stuff. So I guess the thing is get dash cams. Like it should be like they're 200 to, I mean, really, really high-end ones. We run 2 dash cams now, the tandem in the Bronco, and then in the truck I have the Garmin diesel, basically GPS system. And in the Garmin diesel, it has a dash cam, so that's how we were able to capture both footage in both scenarios.
It's just I think it's an investment in peace of mind for yourself. That's kind of what we just wanted to come to you and say. Like, and I'm sure you guys all have a story of somebody cutting you off, or you trying to merge over and they're just trying to zip by you, or they come in when you're turning. Tell us, leave a comment below of like a story of yours that
it doesn't have to be scary.
No, it's just to share. It's just RV life on the road when we're on the road all this time. But a dash cam is just going to provide you a little bit more peace of mind, because after we sent that footage over, we've not heard from anybody, not him, not his attorney, because the footage is there showing you weren't in both lanes. And I think that pretty much just makes it the end of it. Especially
the secondary footage of you in the Bronco showing that he's continuing to drive. So I don't know, it's crazy. It's a crazy little story, but it did happen. He was actually, what if he would have not been the polite, angry person? What if he would have been the irate person? And we've been very fortunate from that. So, but there's always the flip side of the irate person that is not rational. And those are the people, unfortunately, that you got to watch out for. And it's just the way it is.
And sadly, you just don't know sometimes people's motives are, they're just looking for any way to just get a little bit. Would you pay them cash and then make this all go away? We're not going to admit wrongdoing when we weren't in the wrong.
Nope. So somebody in the comments going to say, you're too big, you should never be driving that. I already hear you guys. We get all those comments anyway. The fact is it doesn't even matter the length. It just matters that you should be protecting yourself no matter what RV you're towing with.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is. So
things happen with every size of RV.
Yep.
When you're towing things, when you're out on these roads, it's just the nature of RV life. And so for that reason, we highly recommend that you get a dash cam. Todd will leave the links below. You can click on them.
Yeah, because you're going to ask anyway what dash cams we just mentioned. So we'll put them down there if you're looking, or look at all the different ones.
Yeah, and at the same time, you should just also leave them maybe a video that they'd be interested in looking at.
Look at you being a YouTuber, like you sharing. Maybe we could share like the one where we lost the tire, because that was Sheila's breaking point.
Do we have to share that
I think we'll share that one at the end. So you can see us lose a tire at 65, and we can share how we triumphed. And
you really stepped up to the plate on that one. But I'm gonna tell you this from the get-go. There was a lot more going on behind that video that you guys don't know that caused part of my breakdown.
But it is a good lesson in RV life, because you're gonna be hit hard. Things are gonna break when you're on the road. There's gonna be challenges, but isn't this fun? We have a great community. We get to hang out together.
Yep.
And we get to do, so we're all in it together. Even in that situation, the 20 other people that were there to cheer us on and support us while we were giving back to an area that was so in need of just a little hope. And the devil uses some crazy times to kind of sock you when you're getting ready to do something good. And that was just a sock moment for me.
Yeah.
But it all worked out good.
Ooh, by the way, though, that video is just coming up like in a couple of weeks of us giving back into that community. You should definitely subscribe so you can be notified of when that happens.
I got to edit that first.
Oh, well, you better get off here and say we're out so you can go do that.
Okay, thanks for tuning in. We're out.